Let's talk about making a garden journal. Whether it's for yourself as a gift or you want to sell gardening journals, this video gives you the tips and suggestions that will help a lot. Plus, using tools like Canva makes it super easy to create a journal for personal or commercial use, and you can do it quickly. You can even use our templates to make it even easier. In this video, we'll talk about why you or your customers might want to keep a gardening journal and the great benefits of doing so, designing your gardening journal with easy-to-use tools and templates, your options for printing your gardening journal, and which to use depending on what your objective is. And of course, we'll also show you how to get our journal and writing prompt templates. A gardening journal allows, the documentation of different gardening activities, observations, and experiences. It provides a valuable resource for planning, learning, and cultivating a thriving garden. It can help keep track of plant growth, identify successful cultivation techniques, and foster a deeper connection with the garden, serving as a tool for both beginner, novice, and experienced gardeners to refine skills and celebrate the beauty of indoor and outdoor spaces. Some of the pages and that you might include in a gardening journal could be a planting log to record dates, types, and locations of plantings, growth observations to track the development and changes in plants, seasonal reflections to reflect on the impact of weather and seasons on your garden. A challenges and solutions page, to document issues faced and strategies applied, how they worked, what works best, ideas for trying things in the future, and, future planting plans page as well to plan and envision the next steps for one's garden. Some prompts might be to help define their gardening goals, what they've learned, deeper thoughts about how the gardening experience makes them feel and improve their life, and how their garden could help the community. So many different directions you could go into. Our Canva template makes it easy, as you've got a cover you can completely customize and some unique page templates to work with. Journaling is a very personal thing, so it's up to you what you want. Some people prefer free writing pages, some want simple writing prompts, and others want more structured pages. Maybe what you want is a combination of all those things. So I'll come back to editing the Canva journal in shortly. But we also, to come up with prompts to include in your journal, we have a 300 prompt collection that you can also pick up. They range from, very simple 1 or 2 word prompts to just, get people to think. And they, and then range to more guided prompts. All right, let's run through the gardening template. This part of the video will be useful just for coming up with ideas for pages, Canva tips, and really no matter how you design your journal, I think you'll find something useful. Also, I have a little doggy behind me snoring, so hopefully she won't disturb us too much. But before we dig in, I wanted to show you, if you are new to Canva, you can scroll through and see all the pages in the template. You can also go to grid view at any time and you can move stuff around very easily. You can delete things. This is just a little placeholder page that we have to let you know that these are blank. These fancier templates are blank, sort of, that you can do whatever you want with. So you wouldn't even keep that. You might also not keep all these pages. They're just there for extra design if you'd like. So let's head back, and this is our cover. And the first thing I want to show you is that when you are on a page, you can go to position and layers anytime, and you can see all the different elements here. This is useful sometimes because if you want to select more than one, you can also just go over and drag over your mouse over and do that. But sometimes that's difficult when other things are in the way and you can't quite grab what you want. This also allows you to move things back and forth, right? Which we would not. Why is it not moving? Oh, it's the fork, not this one. That would go behind, but that's not what we want to do. All right. You could change the background here. You could swap out these images. You can change the text however you'd like. I think maybe we would try let's try like a gardening background maybe. We could go to elements, and I mean, there's all kinds of gardens too. It could be vegetable garden. It could be an indoor garden, outdoor garden, flowers, whatever it is. I think this might actually look kind of nice if it's a vegetable garden. So we put it in, and then we're gonna click on it, and we're gonna set as background image. Now, that looks a little strange, right? It's a little intense. You can go under this thing. It's the transparency. Maybe bring it back a little. In this case, it feels like this should be more into the middle. Maybe we'd actually want to change the shape. There's lots of shapes. Shapes would be under elements, so we're going to put circle. Whoops, except for I spelled circle wrong. Shapes are great. Official shapes. There's lots of graphics that are shapes as well, but they don't give you as much control. Like you can see that you can drag this, you can make it any shape. A lot of graphics don't give you as much control over things. So let's go gardening. And we can make this bigger. That image is actually kind of awkward. It's very cute, the watering can, but it was a little bit awkward. So I think you know what? I'm going to overthink this, guys, and I'm going to change it. We're going to do a flower garden instead. Set image as background. Oh yeah, that's prettier. And if we go over here now, we have these guys are in front, easy to move. Over here if we wanted to keep them, and because this is more circular, I'm gonna like maybe move it here, and I think we would want to change this color. Seems a little bit light. So when you go here, you highlight that text, you can see that here's the photo colors. It picks up the colors in the photo, and we probably do want if not yellow, we probably do want a darker background. Also, you'll find that some images in Canva, you also have control over the colors. So you actually have control over every element of this image. We're just going to leave it as that. And as if you wanted, you could just like lighten it up a little bit if you like the dark. I think it looks kind of cool when it's a bit lighter. And maybe, well, I'm just going to sit and overthink everything here, of course. I feel like it should move up a bit. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. So then we have these pages. They're like more plain. You can swap out these images. You could add writing prompts here. We have lots of writing prompts for you if you'd like. And then we do have these kind of more specific pages. There's a bullet page if you would like. That might actually be useful for garden planning. That would actually be quite interesting, right? Because, draw your garden plan or something like that. And you can add different elements. We keep these very simple and basic because if people are printing at home, or you're printing at home, then you probably don't want to have too much color. There are lots of templates and things where you can add lots more color. You can add images and stuff. And if you're having like shipping a printed product, or you're having the product printed for you, then that might make more sense. What about like we could do like here, let's make the flower garden or garden plan. Actually, let's keep it generic for now. Of course, you can also do garden journals for veggie gardens, for flower gardens, outdoor flowers, different climates, all that, right? And you can incorporate like educational parts of it too, give them lots of instructions that would be helpful and kind of, provide an even more meaningful experience. It's also, for a gardener, gardening is addictive. If you're going to be able to teach them something as well, they're going to go and they're going to be able to put it into practice. They're going to be back to buy more from you. So garden plan, you could put, I'm going to get rid of that little line. It always gets in my way. So you could have the date. Once, see how I dragged over that, you can actually just duplicate that and then move it down. And project, I'm not sure what else to call it at the moment, but you know, like what the garden project is. Maybe it's an herb garden or something like that. Add questions like types of plants to include, planting notes. And I would also put a lot like instructions where you can, and you can have lots of space here. I mean, this is an 18 size point font. You could make it smaller and you'd have a lot more room to add a little bit more instructions. Planting notes, maybe on and required care. Things learned, because as we know, when we garden, we like mess things up and then we learn a lot too from it. You could put don't forget to fertilize, water, replant, and you could just continue on. You might not want to have all these, you might not need them. Maybe if you don't, you just want the 3, you could remove that and you just move it down, and then you can maybe add more lines. So you could duplicate here easily. And another one, duplicate. Also, this might be useful too. So when you do this, that looks pretty even, but I think it feels like the top ones have a bit more space. You can go over, like by selecting everything. And if you can choose align elements, there's space evenly, and often tidy up will fix it up for you, and then it'll be perfect. Especially if you're going to have stuff professionally printed, you want to make sure that you have it just right. You can also add new pages. Actually, let's talk about a garden habit track. Green thumb habits. Like this could be a page where they develop their habits. So this you might want to fill in something for them or leave it. Like it should remind them to check on their plants, maybe plant new seeds, repotting, fertilizer, or something like that. And just so that they focus and they learn on the things and remember to take care of their plants, because some people want to be good gardeners, but they forget this, so it can help them keep track. You could also add pages, and if you go to under design, you can always look for garden. They have different cover things that you could choose. Usually it tends to show you covers if you don't ask for a specific kind of sheet. But what you can look at is a lot of them when you click through. This one is not one of them. Garden journal. Nope. This is also not one of them. Sometimes they have pages inside. Maybe if I put garden journal pages, I don't know. this one has a front and a back. All right, never mind. But you can see there's all kinds of different designs you could put in. A lot of these ones are going to be more graphic heavy, right? So if it's something that your customers are going to download, you might want to think about doing that. But even like if you use something like this in a gardening journal, you could add a quote here or something. I'm just going to leave it at that. You could match the font to the other font, which is easy. You can see it's that one, and it is in capital letters, so it would actually be, you can go here. It switches from uppercase to lowercase. I think the font's size 22, so like a lot of these templates that you'll have, the fonts are humongous and you should always print it out and see. But okay, what I wanted to show you is on this, so you have color in the background. If someone's going to print it, then it's going to waste a lot. But like just having the flowers here, that would be nice, and it wouldn't be too heavy.
When it comes to printing, you can, you have a few options. You can print it yourself and place it in a binder, which is nice because it's inexpensive, but it also allows you to easily add pages and put them in the order you want. So if you're like repeating certain pages, you can put them all together. If you sell journals, many customers love printable journals for this very reason, and you can just sell them as a download. You can also have them printed locally, if it's just for your, like at a Staples or some local print shop, if it's for your own use or a small run of gifts for friends or clients. Canva also has printing options, and places like Staples can do the comb binding for you and actually bind it up for you as well if you prefer. Now, if you're shipping and printing for customers using a print-on-demand service like Printify, Printful, Guten, or Lulu, probably makes more sense because they'll print your journals and ship them as you make orders. So, and it's can be an automated process that gets incorporated into the platform you're selling from. If you'd like to make easy work of creating your journal, we do welcome you to grab the, ready to publish or edit journal, Canva journal, and the 300 writing prompts that can help you put together a more custom journal. The links are at the end of this video and in the description, and we look forward to helping you make your most awesome journal.